Mm,
Get the background.
what you mean?
Hey, yes,
I'm working on some
yes.
things. I'm working on some things. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh my goodness, it is me moments in the morning. Man, is the time fly? I don't know what's going on with me, but welcome in. Welcome to me moments in the morning. And happy Wednesday to you.
I
Happy,
know.
it's Wake Up and Slay Wednesday, okay? It's time to wake up and slay. We're going to slay some things today. Are you ready to slay, Val?
I am ready. I'm ready to slay. I
Ready.
slay. I slay. I slay all day.
All day, all day. Oh goodness. All right. So I was hoping Mountain Spirit would be on this side, but I see at least you are in the chat. I know sometimes we struggle with some things, but today I did want to start talking about and introducing the topic of our psychic senses. You know, I'm
Mm,
always talking about us owning our power and our gifts and walking in what we know to be our truth. But we can't
hmm.
walk in our truth if we don't know our truth, right? I'm just saying, you know. So, with that, let me first share the message of the day with you. Well, no, let me just say good morning. Good morning, Mountain Spirit. I see you. Auntie Joyce, I see you. Welcome in, goddesses. Thank you for joining us this morning. And with that, I am reading in the Slay Bible, of course, from page 28, the Slay Bible, as you know. Or maybe
Mine
you
is on
just
my phone.
you have
Thank
yours
you,
on your
Kindle.
phone, so you over there scrolling like this. Okay, that's all right. You can, wherever it is, grab your Slay Bible. Slay, by the way, means self love awaits you. This is the book. This is the book that, and I didn't name it that, y'all. It's self love awaits you, but the community that I now serve just took it and ran with it, and it is now the Slay Bible because really it serves as a blueprint, right? To shift the dynamic about things, to start putting yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
to start loving you first from a different space
Yeah.
and in a different way. You know, we want to have, that one come in and love on us, right? And it's like, ooh, he got to be out there or she got to be out there, whatever the case may be. But we're always looking outside of self for our truth. But the truth is, it's within you. Everything you need is within you.
It's
The
me.
love for self. I mean, man,
It's
once you
me.
do that, you level the playing field, right?
Right.
Because
Uh-oh, the Slay Bible tried to slay Tracy.
it tried to slay trade. It can't get me though. It can't get me though.
All right. Making some
Oh man.
rearrangements. There we go.
There we go. There we go. All right. So without further ado, let me just jump in and read this particular piece for you.
Okay.
For centuries, we were made to believe we were less than, or that we are the lesser species next to man.
Mm.
No, boo boo, no. There is much evidence to support its opposition. Besides, I have heard the call of our ancestors who have said otherwise, as they are calling for an awakening and a rising of the truth tellers. As you walk this labyrinth with me, you will see. If they've not already, they will begin speaking to you as well. You will begin to understand the truth and the power of self love. You will begin to understand who you are and who you were meant to be. You will come to know that we are charged with unveiling, owning, and living at higher vibrational levels. We are charged with understanding and cultivating our own inherent gifts for use in the betterment and expansion of this world.
Mm.
Most importantly, we are charged with spreading the truth to every goddess that crosses our path. The more of us that find and resonate with that truth, the better off the world is. The more enlightened we are, the greater the legacy, the greater the triumph, and the greater the healing and victory for us and our ancestors. So that's what I want to talk about today, our inherent gifts, right? So
Yeah.
there you have it. How you
Yeah.
feel about that right there?
Well, I'm always trying to turn on the light.
Turn on the light. Yes.
Got myself a little extra light there. There it is. But
All right, right, right on time with the light. I love it.
I believe that, I guess, in fact, I know when I'm tuned in to my gift, I give more. When
Mm,
I'm tuned into how much I am loved, first of all, self love. When I know I am loved and I love myself, I can give, I can pour into other people. And it's easy because I've realigned and said, you know what? I love myself. I'm going to give, and you know what? I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to take care of myself first. I'm going to fill my cup first, and then
yes,
I'll be able to go and help other ladies, other goddesses, and help and just be a light. And it's very funny. I love that we love to call the book the Bible, but it's ironic. So many of what Tracy shares in the book is biblical. It's scary. It goes right through the Bible. Being a light is something that I have fought to be for decades, and now I'm learning. No, I need to take care of self, and when
yes,
I take care of the psyche of self and make sure that it's well with my soul, I could definitely check on the souls of others. How you doing? You
yes.
all right? How
Mhm.
you doing, Tracy? How is your soul feeling today?
Right. And isn't that how we want to live?
Yeah.
Right? The majority of us, I think. I think we do want to live in that space where we can, love on one another.
Yeah.
And I think that our gifts, that piece about our gifts making room for us, right? I think that that is so on point, and they will. And we've been talking about this a lot. Good morning, Sydney. We've been um, talking about that a lot, allowing your gifts to make room for you. But you have to get to and know what those gifts are,
Hmm.
right?
And
Mm,
I feel like you will know. It will be revealed to you. Like, there's a joy in podcasting for me. I'm
yes.
returning to a childhood love of mine. I don't know. I'm gonna take you back. I used to have my friends come over and we would review a song. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, what do you think about this song?" And there's a song by Betty Wright calls "Tonight Is the Night You'll Make Me a Woman." But the very funny part of that is when she's talking about her mom, and she's like, "Well, I like the beat. It's nice. It's cool, but I know you're not gonna listen to that song. I know you're not gonna go sing that song." I said,
Yes.
and of course, the old school song that sampled that comes to mind, and then I'm just like, I used to be like that. My mom would be like, "Why are you listening to Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing? Do you know what that song is about? Turn that song off." I'm like, "But we're reviewing it. Mom, we're reviewing." We were like 12, 13. We didn't know. We were
Right.
just like, "Yeah, we wanna review the song." So I knew back then. I didn't know that it was called
Or
broadcasting. I
what
didn't
it,
know it was called
mhm.
being a radio DJ. I didn't know that, but that's what I was doing. I'm sorry, as young as 7 or 8 years old, and just had my
Yes.
tape recorder. I still have some of my old recordings, Tracy, on
Do
cassette.
you? Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Oh my
That's so
gosh.
awesome.
But yeah, so that is a gift. That's a gift. And I know that it's something that brings me joy. And goddesses, if you know what brings you joy,
What
That's
brings
what you
you
should be
joy?
doing.
Hmm.
And you should just try to tune into that. I understand we got to work, we have to pay the bills, we have to, provide for our families, but find that joy. Find and a
Yes.
gift leads you to that joy. And it's like, oh, you become a kid again.
You do. And the more you operate in it, the more you realize, wow, this really is a gift. Like
Hmm.
somebody said to me the other day, I don't know if we were talking here on the podcast or where we were, but it was like, you know what? I think you've always been doing this. I think you've always been just like, you know, somebody's cheerleader or speaking love and life into people. Like that's just kind of who you are. And it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. I realize that I'm the person that too that and sometimes it can feel like I guess just like you have a love-hate relationship with some things
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
so for instance the thing that I'm talking about now is the communication piece. Like I want people to open up to me so that I can help in however I can help, right? But a lot of times they don't want me to see that side, because they don't want me to think ill of them.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm like, that's not who I am. If you know me for real, that's not who I am. I'm not that person to judge or do any of those things. um, but in addition to that being a gift, we do have psychic senses, and whether we're aware of them or not, whether we have multiples of them or not, um, we've got some special things going on. And Mountain Spirit, I can't see, are you still hanging with us? But I'm talking about the clear senses, and I do. Mountain Spirit teaches a lot on them, and so we'll
Hmm.
definitely come back and start speaking um, in this space about it. But what I'm talking about are the clairvoyance. You hear a lot about
Oh,
people being
yeah.
clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairaudient. And I share an episode. I share a story inside of Slay Self Love Awaits You about a moment that I had, and it was actually one of those moments,
Mm.
right? I don't know if you got there or not, but I believe this is the beginning of chapter 4. And inside of it, yes, what are your gifts? I do want to know, what are your gifts? What are your psychic senses? If you add those in the chat, please, because I want to know. And then I'll tell you this story real quick.
Hmm.
So I was in a place where things in my life were shifting a lot, right? And anytime things shift in my life, there are usually three big things that happen at one time. And three, there's usually three big things that happen at one time. So I was in school trying to get my master's degree. I
Wow.
had just gone through a separation.
Wow.
And yeah, and my car decided it didn't want to work anymore.
Uh, uh,
And I had
excuse you.
to go to clinical. Right. Some of me. But I kept getting into that space that my gifts, like I know Oh, here we still here. I hope we are. But I operate off my gifts, and I am one that believes and knows that your gifts make room for you. Things just happen and open up. So why am I here in this space right now? What's going on? And what ended up happening is I went to sleep one night after I just prayed a lot, and I remember falling asleep by the fireplace. And
Wow.
as I woke up, I just kept hearing this voice, and it was very soothing. And when I hear it, it's just very calming, right? Go
Ah.
ahead. Yes, it just kind of
Ah.
lulls me, just very gentle with me. And it said, "You are the truth of the divine spirit that lives in you. Walk in it. You are the truth of the divine spirit that lives in you. Walk in it." And it just kept saying it as though it was trying to record a message in my brain. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so, you know how you're coming out of sleep
Yeah.
and you're like, I know I'm awake. right? You like my okay, but I didn't open my eyes because I was scared. I'm like, is somebody here with me? Like, what's going on? But it just kept saying it and saying it and saying it. And then finally, I opened my eyes and I sat on the side of the bed. I was like, "How long are you gonna keep saying that?" And it said very gently, "Until you believe it." Until
Oh
you,
my I
and
felt that.
man, yes.
I
And
felt that.
so I share that with people because I want
Mhm,
you to know, like that
mhm,
wasn't just a message for me. That's part of my gift to share with the world. You are the truth of the divine spirit that lives in you and nothing less than that. So all of these other things that are going on, all of these other things that you've been believing about yourself are not true. Are not true.
yeah, and it's a matter of literally blocking out the world so that you can get
Yes.
in tune with yourself.
Yes,
And
exactly.
I'm wondering, did you get prompted to write that down at the time? I'm
I
wondering. It was
did.
like,
I mean, right afterwards, tears just flowed and I'm running around. I have to get the kids ready in a minute. Everybody got to go to school, get out the house, that kind of
mhm,
thing. And I'm
mhm.
like, okay, I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on this. But I did. I got up, I wrote it down. I prayed about it. I wrote about it. Yeah. Because I was like, well, it can't be that simple, right? There must be something deeper. And I got to go deep to really pull this thing out.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
And
And
so
it
I did all of the deep diving and all of that, and then eventually it came back right back to the surface. Like
good.
it is that simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're making it something bigger than what it is, but it really is that simple. Mm.
And this was obviously before you wrote the book.
Yes, it was before I
Yes.
wrote the book. It was
'Cause I
before I
feel
wrote the
I felt like this kind of kick-started the journey into your being an
into
author,
this side
excuse
of me.
me. So,
Yes, 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 yes. It was an amazing experience though. Looking back, I'm like, wow, that happened, y'all. That happened.
oh my gosh. And I think, like I said, I've been trying, I know I've been getting quiet about what I want. Like I want to get in tune with that. And just turning off the phone, turning off the iPad, turning off whatever is binging and tinging or whatever you want to call it. I feel like the best way to get in tune with what we want and, how we should be doing things, or honestly what the divine is trying to say to us, we
Exactly.
gotta shut things off, we gotta sit, be still, and no, we honestly just have to just sit still and be quiet.
Yeah.
And for you, the quietness came and it woke you up and you're like, ooh,
Right.
okay,
Right.
you want me to write it down, but I gotta care for these children. No, need you to need I need we need you to remember this, because I am going to literally guide you into the divine of, you have
Absolutely.
been nursing physically, and now
Yes.
I want you to nurse and care for folks mentally and
Mentally.
spiritually.
Absolutely. 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 That's why I'm like, and then when I later on when I came to the realization that it was time to kind of start shifting from nursing, I'm like, you want me to do what? What am I doing here? What's going on? But definitely, y'all follow the divine. Tap in first. Tap in. Get to know your own divinity, your own truth. Tap into that, right? Because that's man, that's the journey that I'm on. That's the journey that I want everybody to be on.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and show what you just said. I think that what you said
Yes,
was just powerful. Tap
yes,
into the divine, get to know your own divinity. Hope I spelled that
absolutely.
right.
You did. You did. It's
I
not
is
like the strip. It's not
I
like
know.
the shrimp with the divining. Divine. Take the E out of there, y'all. It's
Take the
not the
E out
E
of there.
anymore.
That's right. I is a college graduate. I is a
I
college
is. I
graduate.
is. I love it. I love it.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I'm really excited that we have this space. It's a safe space. We definitely continue this safe space over in Clubhouse. But just
Definitely.
kind of, I thank you, Tracy, for the divine leading me to you in regards to just getting in tune with myself and to love myself and to put myself first. I was already on that journey doing that any old way, but now
This was the
I don't
confirmation.
thank you. Now I'm able to do that with no nothing.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
ironically, and not ironically, but in the same way, I always look at things. How is that like the Bible? It's biblical. Jesus got
Yeah.
away from everybody. Like, look, I don't want to talk to nobody before I
I
grant
gotta
one
go.
miracle.
I gotta deal with self.
I got to
I'll be
deal with
back. I
self.
just gotta deal
I
with
got to,
self first.
yeah. And I know Judas is about to, pimp slap me and do something bad. But other than that, I'm going to be over here chilling. And I'm like,
Ah,
yes,
yes.
yes. So,
Yes, man. Hmm.
so always, I'm going to say, hey guys, if you haven't done so already, please like the video you're watching right now. I know this we can be heard too, but go ahead and please like and subscribe. We'll do that.
Yes. And for those of you who really are out in podcast land, definitely like and subscribe to Slay with Trey, the YouTube channel, as well as Me Moments in the Morning, the podcast, which y'all is now everywhere. It's everywhere. We on Apple. And if we ain't there, we'll be there in a minute. Just hold on, wait a minute. But we are on our way. So thank you all so much for joining us this morning. And definitely, I do want us to continue this conversation. So head on over to Clubhouse in that space, and that's an app. For those of you who are not aware,
Oh yeah.
come on over to that space. It don't matter what you look like because it's an audio app, okay? We will be on the sleigh ground this morning, sharing our gratitude, intention, and affirmation of the day. Right? Stop it,
That's
man.
my sleigh move. It's like
That's your sleigh move.
I got a big old sword in my hand.
Right. Okay. Okay. So come on over there so we can slay it. But what we really do is we get together each morning. We share these things with one another, but it's so much about sisterhood, about really creating what we say we want, and the women like, I've been looking for this kind of tribe. I done found it's my slay squad, y'all. Squad up, let's go.
I
This is
love
what
it.
this is for me. So I love it. I love you all. I guess we're pretty close to that time, huh?
Yeah, we
Any
are.
final thought before we go?
Well, I love that, Tracy, that you are living in your gifts. We have received the benefit of your gifts, and I am grateful that I am living in my gift.
Yeah.
I literally implore all of you to tune into yourself, tune into your divine, and live your gifts.
Yes. Live in them, love from them, all of that. All of that. Yes. And tomorrow we're going to continue. We're going to continue the conversation. Tomorrow we're talking about the Shiro inside.
Ah,
Yes.
not hero,
The Shiro.
Shiro.
Bring that Shiro up and out.
I
So,
like it. I love it. I like
yeah.
it.
So we're going to have a good time tomorrow, too. All right. Thank you all again for joining us this morning. This has been Me Moments in the Morning, and we love having you in our space. We look forward to seeing you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Much love. Bye. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.